Well, today, Missouri, the show me state, is back in business as reopening begins, but a stay-at-home order continues in the state's biggest city. Here to talk about his plan to reopen is Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas. And Mayor, thank you so much for being with us. Explain for us how your 10-10 rule for reopening Kansas City differs from the governor's plan for your state.
Well, you know, one of the things that we saw from the governor's plan was that it largely just kind of let us flip the switch. They had a few limits, but all was left to the cities and counties in terms of what we needed to do. And in my state, like a lot of states in Middle America, the cities are very different than smaller communities. So our plan looks to the fact that we have density, looks to the fact that we want to avoid crowds, and more than anything, looks to the fact that we want to responsibly reopen. We don't want to just flip the switch so that we see a rapid increase in cases.
So how did you decide on 10% or 10 people?
So the 10% idea was the fact that we wanted to actually kind of ratchet it up bit by bit. So rather than saying, hey, everybody, every bowling alley or concert venue or bar is open, we wanted to say, how is it that we can look to those areas where crowds may congregate, but we could actually keep people from like filling it up too much? So for example, even at some of our larger retail establishments, you don't want hundreds of people there because usually they'll crowd near certain spots, check out, etc. So we said 10% is a good, reasonable level. It'll give us time to measure our testing and our tracing, and then we can see after we hit 10% for a number of weeks, then perhaps going to 25%, going to 50%.
Curious how you see any enforcement issues that may arise. Do you foresee any complications with this plan from the businesses themselves or your residents, the patrons of those businesses?
So, you know, by and large, I don't, right? We have seen amazing compliance throughout the country in connection with stay-at-home orders, which were certainly more extreme. People want to be back out again. I hear that, but people also want to be safe. But for us, it's more about giving people some sort of guidance so that they can re-enter society, but re-enter society safely, not around a lot of people all of a sudden, and certainly making sure that you really give those tools for maintaining social distance. It's one thing to say 6 feet, but we've seen even in parts in New York City or elsewhere the fact that it's still kind of hard to have that distance. I think our capacity rules, 10-10-10, really gives us that opportunity.
Mayor Quinton Lucas, thank you so much for your time today. We certainly appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.